Welcome back to Educate a Mate, the podcast that gives you just enough knowledge to sound like you've definitely solved the mystery, even if you haven't, although we did. Quick disclaimer, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Not an active investigation. We don't give advice on mid-air exits either. Please don't even think about it. Today's topic, D.B. Cooper, the man who hijacked a plane, collected a ransom, and then vanished into thin air somewhere over the Pacific Northwest. It was almost like he'd been deleted from the timeline. Let's jump out the plane and find out what happened. Okay, so I learnt my fun fact today.
Yes.
In a car drive.
Car drive?
A car drive, you know, when you're in a car and you drive.
I mean, when I was driving my car?
Well, it could be a plane or a train.
Oh, well, I was flying my bike.
So did you know in zoos how you get otters?
Yes.
Did you know that otters can't be given water that's under 5 degrees Celsius? So if it's too cold, it messes with their kidney function and causes loads of problems.
So if you give it to them immediately, but they can live in that temperature?
No.
Otters can't live below 5 degrees?
Asian short-clawed is what we're going for here.
Asian what?
Asian short-clawed otters. I'm going to say, the European otters probably can go a little bit lower.
I think we can, though. They go low, don't we?
Yeah, they go to top of Scotland.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there, top of Scotland, it's minus 14. You're like,
Otter's like, I can't be here.
I was like, well, I need to get onto bloody renal because I've got fucking kidney failure.
But yes, that is my fact about otters and their kidneys.
Brilliant. I enjoyed that fact.
That's quick and easy. See how quick that was compared to the one you did?
Well, today I'm going to do the longest investigation of the FBI.
Okay.
So you've got 3 guesses. What is the longest investigation that the FBI has ever done?
JFK.
No.
Roswell.
No.
Is it older or newer than JFK? To be fair, Roswell's around the same time-ish.
Oh, that's difficult. It's old. It's like, do you want me to give you the date when it was?
Yeah, give me the date. Let me see if I can...
1971.
1971.
And the case was closed in 2015.
I was alive in 2015.
I think it was closed in 2016. It's 2015. It was 45 years, 50 years.
A long old time. Was it to do with something really mediocre? Like Mr. Brown stole a pack of chips down the road?
Kind of, yeah. Okay, I'll just point it out. We'll go into the facts shortly, but it didn't involve any deaths. It involved money being stolen, and then it was by one person.
Was it the... Is it the Ponzi scheme?
A bit like Avon.
Oh, Avon, yeah.
It's not
like pyramid scheme.
Did you know Ponzi was a real guy, though?
Yeah, he was the one that came up with the Ponzi scheme.
Fair play to it.
And he was the first one that did it, and everyone bought into it like something rotten.
Yeah.
We should do that at some point, because that is a fantastic story.
Do you want to buy some Avon?
Yeah, all right. You got some skin so soft.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's the mystery of J.B. Cooper.
Oh, shit, the guy who jumped out of the plane.
That's the geezer.
I love this story. I don't know too much about it, but I love it.
Okay, yeah.
I know there's a film on it.
Is it?
Without a Paddle.
It's called Without a Paddle?
Yeah, it's like an American comedy.
Oh, no. So, is that like with Upper Paddle Without a Creek? Or Upper Creek Without a Paddle?
Without a Paddle's the name, but that's the idea, is they're Upper Creek without a paddle.
Is that one where there's like 3 lads that have come out of uni or something, and they're in the car?
Yeah, so there's 3 of them. They come out because their friend dies, and they end up going on like a bit of a camping trip, and then obviously everything goes wild, and they go across like 2 rednecks who try and kill them, and eventually I think they do find his skeleton or some of his treasure or something. It's a pretty funny film.
It's like one of them cult classic films of the 2000s, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit like, is it Euro trash or Euro?
Yeah, like Euro Trip.
Yeah, that's the one. Euro Trip.
Yeah, that sort of genre of film. But that's probably about as much as I know, to be fair.
So let's begin then. So the mystery of J.B. Cooper. I'm going to do a little story, and at any point you can interject and just ask a question.
What's his name, James?
His name isn't even J.B. Cooper. It's D.B. Cooper.
Oh, God damn it.
The fun fact about D.B. Cooper is we'll jump into it now, yeah. So D.B. Cooper case is one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in U.S. history. In 1971, a man hijacked a commercial airplane, collected ransom money, and disappeared without ever being identified. Despite a long investigation, his true identity still remains unknown. So the facts go, the date of the incident was November the 24th, 1971. He boarded the Northwest Orient Airlines flight number 305.
Austin 305.
That's it, Mr. Worldwide. En route to Portland, Oregon. And his alias he used was Dan Cooper.
Okay.
And he demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes. So
Why 4?
we'll get to
Okay. And we're
do that.
rushing ahead.
So the name DB Cooper was actually a mistake by the media. The alias was Dan Cooper, and obviously someone may scribble down DB by accident, put it on the printing press, and before you know it, he became DB Cooper. So
he's sitting at home going, "Who the fuck's DB Cooper?"
Yeah, but his alias itself is just DB Dan. Before the flight, Cooper purchased a one-way ticket to Portland using cash only, just cash.
Yeah.
So right, they didn't have debit, credit cards.
I was going to say they didn't really have. I guess they had like checking.
Yeah, you could have checks and things like that, but it was just pure cash. And he appeared on check-in calm, polite, and professionally dressed. During the flight, Cooper handed a note to the flight attendant claiming he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. The crew informed the authorities, and they all followed the instructions. The plane then landed in Seattle. It landed safely. Authorities delivered the ransom money and the 4 parachutes, and he released all passengers without anyone being harmed. He kept the crew on board. In doing so, the plane then took off with instructions from Cooper to the crew to start to head south. It started to head over the Pacific Northwest, and Cooper exited the plane mid-flight at night, like pitch black.
Nice.
Never to be seen again. The crew weren't unaware that he'd exited the plane.
What? How?
How?
There can't have been that many people on the plane if it was only like the staff and him.
Maybe he just went to the back of the plane and told all the crew to get to the front. And then,
or he was like, where's my panini? I was promised a panini 3 hours ago. And they're like, oh shit, we best get this guy panini. And they're too busy with the oven. And then he jumps out.
But it is quite a short one, like in regards to what he did. And then obviously.
So they had no idea whether he actually had a bomb, or did he show proof of this bomb?
He had wires exposed from part of his chest.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so there was no evidence or proof that he had a bomb, just that a crew member had witnessed wires protruding from his top. Therefore, it's better safe than sorry, let's get him some cash.
I guess, but I mean, he might have just had his headphones in.
Yeah, exactly. He just had traditional headphones. So it's straight to the point, and the investigation immediately started after the plane landed at the nearest airport after realising that after Dan Cooper had exited. FBI searched all the forests, rivers, and all the remote areas, and had hundreds of suspects to be investigated, but there was no confirmed identity ever found. But we'll lead on to important information. So in 1980, which is a fair few years after, a child was in the forest. Not just a road child, but a kid.
Random kids just wandering around.
I mean, I don't...
And it's DB Cooper.
DB Cooper's kid. No, the child found ransom money near the Columbia River, which is...
Oh, is this when he found it in the creek?
Yeah.
Or the brook, or whatever it was?
It was the Columbia River, so I don't...
How big's the Columbian River?
I don't... They were just camping. His family were camping. And they found the money in near the Columbia River, and the serial numbers actually match the stolen cash. So when they hand over cash, obviously all of the serial
the Columbian River's pretty fucking big.
Yeah, but he's flying south over it from Seattle, so it's quite a long river.
So he was flying from Seattle?
Yeah, south.
South from Seattle.
Southeast from Seattle.
Where's this Columbian? Oh, I see, yeah, Columbian River's here.
So he's from, there you go, so Seattle there, southeast.
So he's yeah. Oh, yeah, the Columbian River goes on quite a way.
Exactly. But like no other money was recovered. There was no other sightings. There was nothing else. So This is the longest investigation the FBI have ever carried out. Which is just so big.
America's big. Real big.
It's so big. Like to drive from one side to the other in like 3,000 miles.
I don't know. It's a long way, though, to like click and drag. Some big lakes as well.
Have you heard about Trump invading Venezuela?
Yes.
It's like, oh my,
That literally happened today.
absolutely crazy. So it's all a bit. I don't like getting involved with the West like that.
I don't get involved with the West, mate.
No, I mean America. Like,
Show me John Prescott and I'm all over it. But no, I don't get involved in the West.
don't get involved with American politics.
Technically, everywhere's the West, depending on where you are. Yeah, there you go. That's a fun fact for today. So, yeah, Seattle onto the Columbia River.
Yes.
And then a child found some money.
A little kid found some money in the 1980s. But, I mean, this little bit here is the blueprint of what I'm going to start. Like, this is the main thing that we're talking about is it's the longest ever FBI case ever been open. And then it had no one was ever prosecuted. But we'll get to the theories. And I've done a bit of research myself.
Yeah?
And I think I've cracked the case.
You cracked it?
Yeah.
Should we go and get some money?
No, I've cracked what the FBI couldn't.
So you're better than the FBI, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean, that's not hard.
Yeah. So in the NSA, we're just going to start listening out to this and be like, who is this person?
I've just found a really cool shop in Colombia.
What is that?
It's like a big taxidermy shop. It's like one of the top things around. Where's the nearest place to this? Yes, Seattle's to the left.
Is it not a village or a town?
There's a place called Chumstick near it.
Chumstick.
I really hope at some point we get a listener from Chumstick and they're like, that's me fucking hometown. Chum and everywhere else is like, where the fuck is that? Yeah, Chumstick.
What is it? How do you pronounce that?
Chumstick. CHUM stick.
Oh my God. Chumstick.
Chumstick.
Oh my, and you can actually stay there. Airbnb.
Sure, yeah. It's very mountainous, so I assume there's a lot of like walking and hiking and.
I'm going to go to Chumstick.
Whiskey River Retreat, though. Anyway, we're getting distracted. I like looking at maps.
Right, so theories go. If a gentleman was about to perform an operation like this, what would you say his attributes would be if he was going to carry out such a task?
As in, like, what would his personal skills be?
What would they have to be?
Well, for one, he'd have to be fucking confident.
Confident?
He'd probably have to know how to wire a bomb, unless he's got buddies.
Okay.
He'd
So
probably...
you're saying like a guy that has something to do with bombs and is extremely confident.
Yeah, maybe ex-military,
Okay, ex-military. Why would they be ex-military?
because they do a lot of that thing.
Okay.
And I also think if the plan was to jump out in the middle of, I don't know what mountain, I was trying to figure out what mountain range he jumped out into. But I guess if the FBI had trouble
I
figuring,
did a bit of research. I was struggling to figure out the actual mountain area that he jumped out of because it's so vast.
it's huge, isn't it? Literally,
Hundreds and hundreds of square.
it kind of starts at Vancouver, but even then there's more mountains above like British Columbia way. And then,
He took off from Seattle, didn't he?
oh yeah, then he went that way, didn't he? But it's still the same mountain range, which is very sort of West Coast mountain
Oh, actually, no,
range.
sorry. He actually took off from Pacific Northwest.
Motherfucker. It's me trying to triangulate.
Oh, no, somewhere over... So he exited the plane somewhere over Pacific Northwest. So which is there, that's it, Northwest. That what you're looking at, that whole area?
That's a big area.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there, isn't there?
So these are theories, obviously. Obviously, Cooper either survived and disappeared. Cooper did not survive the jump, and Cooper had previous military experience or parachuting experience.
Yeah, so that was the other thing I was going to say, is if he planned to jump out of a plane, he'd have to have some sort of parachuting experience. I guess you could get lucky,
Okay.
but I'm also fairly sure that if you don't parachute correctly, you've got the chance of breaking your legs on landing. And then there's also, if he did plan on landing in the middle of a national forest somewhere, which, like in the UK, our national forests are kind of big, but they're not massive. In America, they're literally miles upon miles upon miles. So if you're landing in the middle of one, the weather's going to be pretty adverse. So you have to be fairly good on the bushcraft and survival and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to jump out with like a full fucking bivy bag, are you?
Exactly. This guy,
He's got a lot of money and a parachute. Can't be well chilly.
and yet he was dressed smartly.
Good for him.
And he had the sunglasses, which are pretty cool sunglasses.
He had sunglasses.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. They look pretty dope. Okay, so we're on the theories of Cooper survived and disappeared. Cooper did not survive the jump, and Cooper may have had military experience. So no theory has been proven as of yet.
Do they still not know who he was?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. I found out who it is.
Oh, you know.
I know who it is.
Was it you?
All I'm going to state is the FBI's longest ever investigation that still went
Unsolved.
unsolved. Yeah. So I'll just repeat that because my conclusion states that DB Cooper case remains unsolved for more than 50 years, which makes this case unique. That no one was injured and the hijacker vanished without leaving clear evidence behind. The mystery continues to fascinate investigators, historians, and the public till today. But I've solved it. So
what you're saying is the FBI closed it
because they couldn't solve it,
because they couldn't solve it.
I reopened it and solved it within the space of an hour and a half.
Nice.
Because I had.
Do we need to, before we put this on air, do we need to nip out to America?
Okay, yeah, let's just nip to America one sec. Yeah, we nipped to America and we checked, and my evidence is correct.
I got a raccoon skin hat.
We went to Chimbajichu. Where did we go?
Chumstick.
We went to Chumstick. Yeah, that was good, actually.
I actually really enjoyed Chumstick. 10 out of 10, guys. Thanks for being so welcoming.
The Whiskey River as well near it. That was cool. But yeah, so the FBI did thank me and appreciate that. And they said to Moz, thank you for all your knowledge in regards to what the background of that individual would be. So preferably ex-military, good with demolitions and bombs, good with, you say, parachuting and aviation of some kind.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll just recap on why this case is so important. It led to the major changes in airline security. So airline security was improved. Hooray. Not improved enough, but enough to stop people hijacking planes.
No, I know another time it was improved.
ISPS code. Yeah.
And that's the reason we're not allowed to take liquid on board anymore.
Some do believe that Cooper successfully landed after exiting the plane. Supporters of this theory said that there was obviously careful planning in place of the hijacking, and the fact that only some money was found suggests that he kept the rest. Obviously, he didn't do it for shits and gigs. You know what I mean?
No, he must have had a plan in place.
100%.
Nobody steals that much money, because at the time, 200 grand is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, $200,000 back then.
Shall we to work it out?
Wow, yeah, $200,000 back then. I'm gonna say it's probably worth $4 million.
Is it 1971?
Yeah, $4 million. I'm gonna say $4 million. Yeah,
In British pounds, yeah, it's about 3.6 million.
3.6 million pounds.
Yep.
So that would be in dollars. What, $4.4 million? It was a lot of money anyway.
It was a lot. It was more than $1 million.
Yeah, and then obviously more theories behind it. States that Cooper had specialized training. Cooper must have had some military experience, seemed to be knowledgeable about aircrafts and parachutes.
How old was Cooper when he did this? What was like obviously they don't know who he was, but what sort of age was he?
Oh, middle-aged.
Is that like 30s, 40s?
35.
50s?
35.
How long do people live in 1971?
Middle-aged is anywhere between 30 to 40, isn't it, you say?
Oh, we're middle-aged?
No, you are.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, do you know what? When you was a kid...
Did you ever jump out of a plane with lots of money?
When you were a kid, someone that was like a year older than you, it's like, oh my God. When you're an adult, like, someone that's 10 years older than you at work, you can have a real good laugh.
Honestly, yeah.
They're just like, oh, people are just normal. Everyone's just the same age in their head.
Old people is where it's at.
Yeah.
So if you're old and I work with you, good on you. If you're young, then fuck off.
If you know me, I just appreciate you.
I appreciate you all.
Yeah. So, however, no military records have conclusively ever matched Cooper's identity. So you can't really go through every single military history record for someone that had some type of description of middle-aged. The guy was wearing sunglasses and a hat.
Especially like 98% of the military in 1971.
Yeah, if wayfarers or aviators and a cap. It's every single army man ever from that era. But how much money do you reckon that it cost for 45 years and extensive resources and material?
Ooh, this will be a fun one. Now, I know that specifically the American government, but generally any government likes to spend money. And I believe it would have been over 5 million,
Okay.
more or less.
Well, because it was the FBI,
It's taxpayers' money.
it was taxpayers' money, there's still no statement of record of costing
Oh, motherfucker.
that wants to be submitted to.
Oh,
That's like
it's going to be expensive, isn't
it'd
it?
be a lot. To begin with, also, it's 200,000 to begin with. They gave him and 4 parachutes, which would have cost a few $100s at a time. Well, I asked AI, and AI came back with cost of several millions.
So that sounds about right.
I don't know what several million is. That 7 plus?
No, several is several not more than 3?
Isn't that a few?
I don't know.
A couple's 2, a few's 3. Several is.
Oh, several is more than 2, but not many, according to that's according to the dictionary. That's not even
more
AI.
than 2, but
Several means 3 or more.
so it's 3 or more. So
Yeah.
it could have been. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? What is one above several then? Would that be a lot of millions?
How do I ask Google what's above several?
Just Google what is above several.
Do you know when several starts to lose its meaning?
So what does it come after several?
So several would be often 3 to 11,
Okay,
and then it's a dozen,
a dozen.
which makes sense.
A dozen.
And then after that would be numerous, many, lots, or a legion.
I've never heard of dozens of millions.
I've never heard of someone explaining something as a legion.
Oh, it's a legion.
That sounds good though, doesn't it?
That's a legion of money. That is.
The FBI spend legions upon legions.
So evidence leads to over 10,000 tips and leads had to be reviewed by the FBI, and more than 800 suspects were investigated.
Oh, so much time.
That is a lot of time and cost.
And staffing and
also you've got to have the analysis of parachutes, the ransom money serial numbers, and the witness descriptions. There's multiple factors and multiple costs. But don't you worry, I've cracked the case.
See, I'm looking forward to this. You keep telling me you've cracked it, so I'm waiting for you to pull out your suitcases under your seat and go, this is DB Cooper's money.
I'm just going to read something to you now.
Okay.
And you just have to.
You're just going to prove that I'm stupid. I'm on par with the FBI.
Okay. I didn't have a lot long to get together. I didn't have 45 years to get this together like the FBI did. I managed to get it done in like an hour and a half.
Nice, that's good.
So we can confirm that Cooper did it in 1971.
Yeah.
Yeah. The following year, in 1972, there was an alias called James Johnson that boarded a flight 855 from Newark, New Jersey to LA. Yeah. This gentleman, going by the alias of James Johnson, carried out a very, very similar execution. So his modus operandi suits J.B. Cooper, and he did pretty much the same thing under the alias of James Johnson, J. Johnson, JJ, where he obtained £500,000 cash.
Did a better job already.
Yeah, and he carried a hand grenade and a pistol.
And they actually saw the hand grenade and the pistol, not just some wires.
Some wires. So this gentleman carried out a very similar setup a year later. Don't forget, J.B. Cooper hadn't been caught at this rate. This guy, James Johnson, alias, carried out the same thing. So it's all pointing to, hang on a second, it's been done again. And he does it successfully. Yeah?
Where did he go?
This is what I'm saying. I've done it. I've cracked the case. James Johnson, real name, Richard Floyd McCoy.
Shit.
Tracked him down on Craigslist.
Nice.
Got him. Know where he lives. Do you want to talk about his previous experience in life?
Military.
He served in the armed forces and he was in Vietnam.
Oh, shit. That's like Viet Cong shit.
He was awarded the Purple Cross.
What's the Purple Cross?
It's the highest award that you can get.
Oh, is that like our equivalent of Victoria Cross?
Exactly the same.
Okay, fair enough.
He was served in Vietnam. Guess what he served as in Vietnam?
Paratrooper.
Demolition expert.
Oh, shit.
He knows wires.
He knows wires.
And a pilot.
And a pilot, so he knows planes.
He knows aviation. He knows planes. He knows how to parachute. And he knows behind enemy lines training.
Oh, so he can then figure out how to survive.
Way out of situations.
Oh, shit.
A year later, this guy carried out the same thing with the same background of what you'd expect J.B. Cooper to do.
Did they get him?
Well, this is where it gets funny. The police began an investigation as a tip-off about McCoy from a motorist, and he was hitchhiking after he'd been obviously dropped. Hitchhiking to get out of there with a duffel bag. Police picked him up. Boom. Nicked him. Guess how much money was in the duffel bag?
$480K.
$499,970. He'd spent $30.
So disappointing. Just on taxis.
Yeah. So McCoy claimed innocence for this, and he was convicted of the hijacking and received 45-year sentence. So the guy served a 45-year sentence in Pennsylvania, and
so you think he might be?
He is. He is.
So you think he's probably...
Why can't they convict him? Because there's not enough evidence from the J.B. Cooper case.
Surely there must be like somebody to go, oh yeah, that's the guy. They're pretty similar.
But if he had successfully done this one, and the only tip-off was from the hijack and he got away with it, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I know it's this guy.
That's interesting.
I've got a gut feeling about it.
So what did he do with the first lot of money? Blow it on hookers and cocaine?
No, he states that he saved that.
Where?
In a bank, offshore bank.
God damn it, it's always offshore. Cayman Islands, I bet.
Yeah. Bastard. It doesn't state that at all. He did actually state his innocence in regards to the J.B. Cooper case.
So if J.B. Cooper, before this other guy before J.J. jumped out of another plane, why did that child find money in a river? So I'm guessing some of it kind of got lost.
Some of it may have fell out of the duffel bag. But
how much fell out the duffel bag?
I'm just saying about this guy, this McCoy.
Yeah, JJ.
He escaped from prison in 1974.
He escaped?
Yeah. So he escaped from prison in 1974 by having a fake handgun made out of dental paste.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He got a crew of convicts together and managed to escape, commandeering a garbage truck and crashing it through the main prison gates.
Holy shit. Is there a picture of this dental gun?
I'm not too sure.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
But some of the convicts that he had, Havel and Bagley, were captured a few days later after a shootout at a bank robbery. It took 3 months of the FBI to locate McCoy in Virginia Beach. He opened fire and he got shot.
Oh, is that the dental gun? Is it an actual dental gun?
I don't know.
It's not like
it says here, a fake handgun out of dental paste.
Oh.
Just put fake handgun dental paste. So you got a picture of McCoy, yeah? And then Google J.B. Cooper and tell me they don't look the same. And this is the artist impression of J.B. Cooper.
That guy.
On the left.
D.B. Cooper.
D.B. Cooper, yeah. You're saying J.B.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You solved it. That's got to be it.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got the same hairline. He's got the same, close set eye. Oh, my God. They're basically the same.
Go on the left picture.
That one.
That one on the left is an artist illustration of what they described to the people.
That's basically him.
I've solved the case, mate.
That's mental.
It is crazy. Do you know how I solved that case? Wikipedia the heck out of it. And I was looking at other things about aeroplanes. Yeah.
We don't advocate making guns out of dental floss or whatever else he did.
Well, you can make the gun. Good luck trying to find the bullets.
That's a good point. But you could probably still do bad things with just an impersonation of a gun.
So that's my podcast on J.B. Cooper.
That was good. I enjoy it.
It is very short, but there isn't a lot to do because I solved the case.
Did you? You read it for about 10 minutes and you're like, easy, got this.
Completed it, mate. But yeah, he was continued FBI interest. In 2006, radio station New Hard did a series of interviews with FBI agents involved from McCoy and Cooper cases, many of which were last public interviews with the FBI agents before they all died. So a lot of the agents involved have died now.
Yeah, because the fucking, like, they were probably like 40 or 50. It's been like another 40 years, 50 years since then.
But documents released in 2020 via the Freedom of Information Act revealed as late as 2004 that the FBI had still not completely cleared McCoy as Cooper as a suspect, but they're unable to obtain DNA samples. They did try and get DNA samples discreetly from the family, but they obviously were successful.
I guess, yeah, you're not really allowed to do that, are you?
No, because it can be, what did he call it? If you do something without a warrant and it's
Like, naughty.
Yeah.
And also illegal.
I forgot what it is now. If you obtain it, you can't use it in a court of law. There's
So if you...
there's an actual...
Yeah, there's like an actual law against it, isn't there?
What was it called now?
It's like misconstrued evidence, isn't it?
Search and seizure. Yeah, there's loads on it, to be honest. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Did you know, just because now I'm apparently on a hyperfixation about DB Cooper and McCoy, that in 2024, a YouTube video by Dan Grider, McCoy's children said they believed he had been DB Cooper.
Yeah.
And found a parachute in their mother's storage shed, which matches the exact specifications of the parachute used by Cooper. Grider reported that this parachute had been taken by the FBI, but the FBI have not confirmed this yet.
Yeah, because if you keep reading, it says in 2025, it was found by Ryan that...
Shit, just at the bottom here, it says Ryan
solved the case with the evidence found.
No way.
Yeah, completed it, mate.
And that's it. So, you know, last week when I said about me doing one this week, and I said, oh yeah, I've got a really good idea. We were talking about it the other day. Still can't remember what that is, but when it comes back to me, I'm going to write it down because it was a good idea.
Wasn't Alzheimer's, was it?
That was Educator Mate on the DB Cooper hijacking. A man, a plane, 200 grand, and then gone. No trace, no answers, just one of the greatest unsolved mysteries out there. Until today, when Ryan solved it. If you learned something today, give us a follow, and we promise not to vanish mid-episode. Catch you next time on Educator Mate.